Hello, hello, hello. Hi, how is everybody? How are you today? And we're on Tuesday, aren't we? 4th of May. And I'm Eleanor Grace, and I'm here with you right the way through this show. And we're here on A1R radio station and Moonstruck TV. I am based in London in the UK. I'm a clairvoyant, a natural medium, and I've been working in this field now for coming up to about 35 years, a long, long time. And in that time, I have read for many, many famous people and everybody in all walks of life that's possible. I host a UK TV show here in the UK in London, and today I was on the breakfast show, so it's been a full-on day today. Here in London it's 7 o'clock in the evening, and of course where you are, I think in Australia, New Zealand, I was taking calls there first thing this morning, that's early in the morning, and across where you are it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's a lot of USA followers here, and you can get hold of me on Facebook Live. I'll be doing one after this show, and that's Eleanor Grace Psychic Evenings, and you can also book direct and get a private reading with me on my website, and that is gracedestiny.com. There's lots of information there, lots of readings, lots of information about four-planet stellium. And if you want to know what the month ahead is, head on over. There's free horoscopes. You can sign up as well and get free horoscopes to your inbox every Sunday. And that's including some planetary movements and where your particular focus is going to be for this week. Prosperity, opportunity, your career path, love and romance, lots of different features that are available for you to have a look at and just, scan through. Now, today we're looking at psychic readings, and I will be doing a couple of psychic readings live on air. And that shows you exactly what clairvoyance is, that I connect through to your voice and also the questions that you ask. I use some tools as well. These help. This is my crystal ball, and this is the quartz crystal with citrine, and it also has aquamarine colours as well. And I use this because it looks like the planet Earth, doesn't it? You've got the deeper blues and the earth markings in the citrine, and the sky and the sea all at the same time. Excuse me. So it is allowing us to feel a little bit outer worldly. And I do look into the crystal here, answering your questions and really wanting to find where you are on the pathway. We've all got one. We've all got a road to travel, a journey to make. And it's about making the best possible journey that you can. And that's what we're all about here with psychic readings. It's not about telling you what to do or finding things that are lost or missing. It's seeing where your karma is. Where are you going? What is happening in your life today and also in the future? So that, I feel, is very important. You need to know about the opportunities that are there, all the possibilities. And of course, we want to connect through to romance, to your relationship and to your family, and make sure that you're taking every chance that you can without any risk or without any harm to anyone. So the crystal ball, very powerful, really quite an uplifting tool that I use. And a lot of people ask me, well, I don't see anything here in your crystal. I can't see it. Why can't you? Well, that's because practice is needed over many years, and you look in the crystal ball to find a little bubble. That's what you want to see right in the center of your crystal. So we've got Chastity here in Jasper, Florida, and you're ready now. Hello there, Chastity. How are you?
I'm here, Ellen. How are you doing?
I'm really good here in London. Okay, is there a particular area or question that you would like to ask here now, Chastity?
Well, today marks the year since I talked to my son last. He passed away
Ah,
last year this month, and I was just wondering maybe if you felt him around me, or if you had any messages
Okay.
for his mom.
Ah, okay, okay. Well, I'm so sorry for your loss. That's the very first thing that I will say. It's very hard to bear, and often
Yes,
we can't see why or understand what is going on. So I've just got my crystal comet here, and I just want to go to um, a very sort of different space so that we can cross over those dimensions and try to get through to him as well. I feel as though this has been, well, a really difficult time, but not just that. I think that you've taken a lot of solace in the fact that he wasn't particularly um, settled in his life, was he? I don't feel as though he was
no, no, he
living
wasn't.
the I don't feel as though he was living the life that he should have or could have lived. And that is why he passed over. It's like the angels came down and said, well, enough is enough here. Um, and he's got a different destiny, a different life, a different future, a different dimension to be in, because his heart was really clear. I
Yeah,
feel that he had a lot of compassion in his
yes,
soul. It was an old soul that came
yes,
down. I feel that very strongly. I'm getting two names here. I don't think that they belong to him. I'm not sure, but they may be around your family. And one is Stephen, that would be with a PH, and the other is Luke. Now, do you know either of those names? Do you recognize them at all, Chastity?
I do Luke, but Stephen not so much.
Okay, who is Luke to you?
Luke is my great uncle.
Oh, okay. It's a long way back, a
Yes,
long way back for you, because I felt that Stephen was like connected to the angels. So it may well be one of those archangels, one of those saints. But Luke here was the on the right hand side. Okay, let me just put that down here. I feel that Luke has come in here from a very long way in what I see as the spirit world. And if I can explain to you what I see, then you perhaps have a better understanding. Because often people say, well, I don't get it. I don't, what happens? Where do we go to? And of course, those answers are not forthcoming. We can just get little glimpses of what we think
yes, yes,
we can see. So with Luke, it was like if you imagine silver stardust, little stars and a carpet of stars. And he was way over there in the distance. It was like there was just a very thin membrane between the earth plane and where he is. And that's the communication that I'm picking up here. But he's come a long way to actually get here today. So Chastity, he must have known that you were coming on. He must have connected to you. Have you been asking spirit yourself? You must have been asking for your son, because I
yes.
felt that he was
I got
taken
chills
too
all over
young.
me.
Yeah. Um, sorry, what did you say?
I got chills all over me.
Oh, have you? Okay. Um, don't have, because I feel as though he's with you all the time. And that
Yes, I do
while
too.
you're Yeah, while you're missing him, you're missing his physical presence, but
Yes,
you've actually got his soul around you all the time. And I just feel as though you could just reach out. And there's sometimes when you're very quiet, and this is what you do, you sort of reach out to hold his hand, don't you?
yes,
And sort
yes,
of just feel him, just feel that touch
yes.
as well. Did you do this? Did you clasp hands a lot? What was it about his
Yes.
hands? Yeah.
Well, Joshua, I was, abused as a child and kind of emotionally unavailable, and not knowing how to be there physically for my kids, and so that, we didn't hug a lot or anything like that, but he would reach over and pat my hand, or I'd reach over and hold his hand or pat his hand. That was just our reassurance to each other.
That was okay. That's why I'm getting that. Well, that's what he's giving to you
Yeah,
here. Um, Today he's showing
absolutely.
me that patting of the hands, and that's what he wants to give to you, to say, look, don't be so worried, don't be so stressed about this. because you couldn't have done anything. This was his journey. It was his pathway. You couldn't have done anything more to change what is the outcome is here, Chastity. And
well, I told him,
yes,
I told him if he left, if he went to where he was going, I'd never see him alive again. 3 days before he left, I told him.
yeah, yeah, but you knew,
And he did
didn't
anyway.
you? You knew,
I
yeah.
did.
In a way, he's sort of reassuring you, but saying to me that if he didn't want it to happen, he didn't expect what was going to happen, but it was bang, wasn't it? Did he go very suddenly? Was it a
Yes.
quick? Yeah, it was like he just sort of dropped down, and that was it. It was gone. But there were other people that were accountable. That's what you are now trying to find out, isn't it? That
Yes.
there's other
Yes, I
people
am.
that,
Right.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
other people that you want to hold to account. You want to make sure that this sort of situation never happens again. And you can't do everything, all that you can do. Well, you can't.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
That's what I'm
Try.
getting at. That you're trying to do absolutely everything,
Yes. Yes.
fly around the world and, change it in an instant. And there's millions of us, millions of people that you've got to try and change. So it takes some time, but you will have your voice, Chastity, and
Yes.
you are going to be listened to. You're going to be heard. Now, your son is going to help you to do that, but Luke coming forward from that far out here in spirit is actually making you sit up and take notice here, and that's important. So now that you're on this journey, your son is with you. What is his name? What is his name?
Joshua.
Josh.
Joshua.
Okay.
Yeah, Josh.
Okay. Was he called Josh? Was he? Is that what other people call him?
That's what he everybody called him but me. I called him Joshua.
Yeah, of course you did. You're his
Yes,
mum.
oh my
Of course
God.
you did. Okay, well, Josh, that's what I'm being told is telling me how much he thinks about you, loves you. You're his mum. He reaches out to you. And watch out, because he will come and visit you, and he'll be sitting on your bed. He'll be making is it your knee? He's going to make your knee better. So watch out for that.
I was in a car wreck a while back. I just want him to know that I heard him. I heard him calling me when he passed. I heard him calling me.
Yeah, he knew that. He knew that. So thank you very much for your call, and love and light to you, and lots of blessings with your quest.
Love and light
Please
to
don't
you, and
worry.
thank you so very much.
Okay, it's my pleasure. My pleasure. Bye bye. Thank you, Chastity. And my next caller now here is Rhiannon. I think it's Rhiannon. Hello there. Hi. Are you with me on the line? Hello.
I am. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, that's my pleasure. Okay, let's have a look at you now. Is there any particular area that you would like me to focus on for you?
Honestly, I'm pretty open. I guess whatever is kind of popping out there.
Okay, let's take a few cards. I like to use my cards, and I feel that romance is very much your thing at the moment. And I have my Victorian. This is from Queen Victoria's time in England, in the UK, and I've got my Victorian cards, and these cards have got two sets of lovers in them. So one is for that very fresh and young love that we all want when we're falling in love, and the other is a bit more steady and achievable. I feel that I've got two situations around you here. One is somebody that's left your life, that a person that you've been involved with, but they haven't sort of really been fair to you, and they haven't come back either. And you're wanting to have some communication, just an idea as to what on earth happened. Now, that's in the past. And then I've got this other man that's here who is giving you everything that you want, but there's part of you that isn't really taking too much notice of that. Do you understand that? Do you understand that analogy?
Yes.
Okay.
I do,
So,
yes.
Okay, so which one do you want? Which one do you like the most? Because you can have either, but there are compromises. Now, look at this card here. It's the Nine of Swords. It's you on the edge, really feeling on the edge and feeling as though can't really cope with this anymore. So you need a solution. You need to have a plan. And that plan does need to include new, fresh love and new ideas. Four of Cups here, there's somebody that is whining and dining you and making you feel really great. So there's plenty of opportunity for socializing. That's a good thing. That's really good for you. And then I feel here, Rhiannon, that being a bit lazy, a bit laid back during April hasn't gone according to plan, has it? April was not great for you. Is that right? Do you feel as
No,
though,
that's true.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
bit slow, bit sluggish, wanting to get out there and get started again. And here you go. This is what I was looking for, the Ace of Pentacles. That's your starter. That's you getting your mojo back, getting back into the driving seat again, and really being able to step into your power. Now, that is something that I want you to remember, that you have to step into your power. Once you do that, magical things happen, amazing things are going to happen, and I'll show you what. The High Priestess. So you are very intuitive, aren't you? And you've got some of those answers already in your mind. You know already here that you're picking up on certain people, and you're watching, waiting, listening, and you're getting some psychic information yourself. So I think that just listen to the hairs on the back of your neck, because the High Priestess says to you, you're right. You're looking in the right direction. You're getting the information that you need, and you're acting upon it. Now, with that Ace of Pentacles there, we've forgotten all about April. That's gone. We'll move on past April. We're now in May, and this is the time to make your point. There's two men. I want you to go to the second man, the guy that is in the past, who's coming back and going back again. It's all this toing and froing. I feel that the power in that relationship was out of balance, and that it was more you wanting him than him wanting you. Now, the new man, the guy who's relatively recent, actually is the other way around, that you can command his attention with a greater degree of positivity. Now, I've got the initial G around you. Who is that? Is that a girlfriend that is there in your life that's trying to, I've got somebody who wants to butt in all the time and, sort of interfere. Who is that person?
With the G,
May not be that initial, that could be not relevant, but I've got somebody who's butting in, and I just want you to be really careful that you don't have a go-between, that in your life you're making your decisions for yourself, and you are recognizing that you are the only one that can determine your own happiness, that you are living your life 24/7. And there's big, big things around you, karmically, and in your center here, in your heart, you're taking on an old soul. And I feel that you are as well, in a way that you've got a karmic union. So somebody is going to be very important. And that's why I'm giving you the G, because I feel that that's who it is, that's who he is. But equally, I don't want this female to sort of get in the way and interfere. I also have Angela for you. That's a name that I think you should recognize. And she is entering your sphere and really giving you an opportunity to sort of touch base, I think, with yourself and relax a lot. You won't possibly know who that is at the moment. Let's have a look in this future pathway for you. We've got the crystal ball. Go on. Did you want to ask a question now?
I guess let's stay on the love track there.
Okay, well, there's the man who you really want to have in your life has got an apology to make to you. There's an olive branch that is being offered to you. I think that you were really disappointed in April. That's what I feel, that you were let down. There's a runway here as well. So it's like you're waiting for your life to take off. You're waiting for everything to become real. And I think that what you want is more commitment. You want more of a promise here. It's missing at the moment, but I think that you will be pushing for that. And you can get it. I mean, it's in your grasp, but you've got two men here. And you do have to either decide on which one you really are hung up about, because you can't have both. And that's what's happening at the moment. It's you pulling both of them to you emotionally, and that is really creating this dilemma, because you want to have the security here of one person who's loving you and who is keeping everything sort of very, very positive in your life, and then you've got this need and this yearning for somebody who has walked away from you. So be clear here about what it is that you're wishing for, because you can have exactly what you want. There's a cosmic order that's flying around you. So there's a renewable energy that should have already been taken up. And this is where you're going to be lucky. There's a great deal of luck around you, and there is a focus as well onto everything that you're doing and everywhere that you are going. It's a very special union. I'm going to give you August. August this year is a time that you are sort of tying the knot. You're making a commitment yourself. Now, Rihanna, do you know about that at the moment? Is this a special time for you, August, a birthday or an anniversary in August this year?
Nothing really comes to mind.
Well, I want you to mark it in your diary, because August is around the midpoint in August. You are getting a great big surprise, and it's just elevating your life and making you feel as though you're very, very special. Looking here, the pathway that I've got takes you to August, well, it's sort of coming up to autumn time. And at that time, you're holding hands, you've got lovers around you, hearts entwined are in your crystal ball here as well. And I just want to say, my goodness me, this is an uplift here in your life that you weren't expecting, but it's a really good one. And it's time for you to take that on board. So within 2 years, there's a great big move as well. So just zoom the clock on to 2023. And at that time, your whole life changes for the better. And you will see yourself in a different situation completely. You will see yourself with possibilities around you, family around you as well. There are children here, a happy home, lots and lots of promises that were made to you are going to come true then. I also see you learning something new. Is that a decision that you've made to do some further training? Because the plane is about to take off, and that's you're the one that's in the plane and you're in the driving seat. You know exactly where you're going to here, Rihanna, and you've got to make yourself that promise that you're not going to compromise. You are absolutely determined to reach your potential. Now, you're qualified already. There's education that is there already. But I feel that this now is a much, much more positive situation here for you. So further learning is ahead. Are you planning that?
Yeah, actually, I've been in school here for probably about 3 years, but I'm looking at changing my field. And just kind of was wondering if that was the direction I should be going in. So,
It is, absolutely. And 2023, that's when you're secured in an emotional relationship that is full of love. So stepping into your power. So there we are. Rihanna, I'm going to wish you the very best of luck with your journey. It's not as long as it seems. And thank you for coming through to us here on air on Moonstruck TV and live on A1R Psychic Radio. So it's been wonderful to have you join me, and I'll see you again next week. My name is Eleanor Grace, and you can get me on gracedestiny.com. So bye-bye for now.